Hey there, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sam and I share content about living in our heritage Queenslander, and I talk about bees and interior design, exterior gardening, renovations, updates. That's all about the content on this channel. So welcome. If you've been following my last couple of videos or so, you will know that I have become a beekeeper. And in this episode, I am going to share with you the process of picking up the bees from the bee man, the guy that breeds or keeps queens and breeds them to create nucleuses to sell to other budding beekeepers and beekeepers. Now, I think last time on the video about building the beehive, I forgot to show you the painting of the hive roof, and I painted it in 3 colors, and I'll just insert a quick clip of that for you here now so you can see that. And also, on the day I picked up the nucleus, it was 30 something degrees. It was a very hot day, and I recorded myself in the car talking a little bit about going to pick these bees up. The battery died, probably I think because it was really hot and I had it set up on the windscreen, inside of the windscreen, and it just overheated, so I lost that footage. Hence me here now just doing a little intro for you about what to expect in this video. When I first went to get the bees and I got in the car, I was a little bit reticent because the thought of having a few thousand bees in a box in the back of the car driving half an hour from the beekeeper to our house, I have to say I was a bit nervous. But he assured me that he would tape them up in the brood box, and all would be well. So he's been doing this a few years. I think he's got 30 odd, I think, if I recall, 30 odd hives. So he knows, this guy knows what he's doing. Anyway, I got there and it was the most unexpected afternoon I would ever think of having. I tell you, this man, this incredible, kind, lovely man who's so into his bees, is just had like a archive of information in his brain that he couldn't wait to share with me, and just feel very grateful for what he shared with me. And I'm also grateful that I filmed it, because I would never ever remember everything he spoke about. It was incredible. And because he lives, close to me, fairly close to me, half an hour away, he knows the environment, he knows the weather, he knows the seasonal aspects of beekeeping in this particular area. So I just totally fell on my feet. But when I got there, I was not expecting the warm reception. I thought I would just turn up, purchase some bees. He would give me, 5 or 10 minutes of his time, perhaps at best, to allow me to ask questions and whatever. And then I'd be off. I'd be in the car and off we go. Anyway, I've got a list here because there was certain things that I need to share with you to make this all make sense. So I got there and we just had a chat, and you'll see this in the video. Met his family, his wife was there, his daughter was there, granddaughter was there, and it was hilarious. We had a lot of fun together. But it gave me the opportunity to ask more questions than I thought I might have time for, or he might have time for. And he was just very generous with with his expertise. In this video, he explained how bee colonies reproduce. So if you want some X-rated bee biology, it's here in this video.
Each bee is not a living organism, but the colony is a living organism.
Yeah.
So that living organism wants to pass on its genes.
Yeah, okay.
Simple. And the only way they can pass on their genes is by producing more drones.
Gotcha.
So if you've got hive A and hive B, and you've got one queen from another hive over there somewhere, need to get mated, well, each colony really would like to mate with that queen. So if hive A produces more drones than hive B, well, hive A's got a bigger chance of those drones.
Yeah, right.
The colony doesn't even know it's been fruitful and multiplying because the drones don't return. They don't even return because they die in the process.
Poor man.
Actually, the act can be heard with the human ear.
Really?
Yeah, I only learnt that a couple of years ago.
Have you actually heard it?
No. But,
he also shared why bees swarm, and we had a deep David Attenborough style explanation on bees, and that was so helpful because that's, apart from looking at the colony, the health of the colony, and looking out for mites and beetles and things that might eradicate the colony, knowing the signs for when bees swarm is really, really, really important, so I can split the hive and create a new one.
Now, if you lift your roof once a fortnight,
yeah,
and then you find, there's a heap of bees up in there. So now you think, look at the time of year it is as well, and say, gee, they could be getting ready to swarm, so I might do a split,
Yeah.
Generally, if there's a lot of bees up there, and I've gone to the effort to take the top box off and take off the queen excluder, I'll just do a split.
Okay.
I won't look at the frames. But when I do a split, I take away the frame that's got the most sealed brood. You know what I mean by?
Yes, know what you mean by that, yeah.
Bees that are emerging.
Yeah.
So you're taking away the up and coming future.
I didn't realise that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Generation.
Thank
Yeah.
you. It's trouble.
But if you just leave the frames,
Yes, it's my daughter. Yeah.
but if you just leave the frames that hasn't been sealed,
Part of the family.
it's going to take another fortnight before any bees are going to emerge.
Right. Okay.
So
you've got some time.
Yeah, you've kind of arrested the population growth.
Yeah.
You've taken some away anyway, and you've given them more work to do with these extra frames you put in.
Yeah.
So that removes the urge.
Yeah. Gotcha.
But you'll read people.
Wow.
People will say, "Don't split until you find queen cells."
All right.
You're kind of leaving yourself
Yeah, it's too late.
vulnerable, aren't you? Because you're counting on. It only takes them 2 weeks to prepare to swarm.
So that was so helpful. He also had, I guess, like the inside scoop on foundationless frames and frames with foundation in this part of the country, because we have small hive beetle, and it makes sense to have, and he has experimented with both foundationless and foundation frames, and he has come to believe that foundation is the best way. So he set me up some frames with some wax inserts so I can, get using those and not have to worry too much about any problems. So that was good. And then to top it all off, it was hilarious. His wife was very funny. Gorgeous double act. They made me try their fish head curry. Oh dear. So that was a story in itself.
I didn't
haven't
just.
You gotta have the
I
eyes.
didn't just pull that out of the air. I
You
just.
haven't tasted my fish head curry.
Don't know. I'm sure it's
didn't-
delicious as far as
Curries.
fish head
curries.
curries go. There's no doubt about that. But
Yeah.
I'm a little bit squeamish when it comes to like innards and eyes and.
Oh,
The
yeah.
kids love it. Except
Do they?
for
They
one.
take the guts
Get a
out.
little
Right.
bit.
They do
yeah.
gut first.
I don't want to force it down the neck, Jeff.
You've
Force
got
it
it.
down
No,
your
well, she won't do what Inga did.
I don't want to force it down the neck.
No, just show her.
Just show her.
It's cold, but we have to warm it up.
I'm a little bit squeamish.
It's not
Video of her eating it.
It's not spicy, I mean. It's just like
Is it the thought or the taste?
It's the thought. It's just the fish. Like you
just
see the
given
fish
you
flesh.
fish.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
getting the fishy bit rather
I've
than.
given you fish fillet.
Yeah. Oh wait.
Fish fillet.
so. A third of it is just a big
It does
chunk
taste very
of
good.
fish.
It's nice.
A third of it is a big chunk of fish.
Thank you. And then finally the temperature dropped low enough for us to go in and put the bees, the nuke, which was 5 frames of brood of basically a small colony, a complete small colony, which was 5 frames, into my 8-frame brood box. So there's 3 frames for them to grow into, to build into, which they're doing right now. But we finally got away with the bees. That took a little bit of time to get into the box because you have to have patience for sure. But I got back into my car, no bees escaped, and they were very quiet. I thought I would hear lots of humming and moving about, but no. But then it's dusk, and they quieten down and settle in for the night. And so I finally got them back into my car, said goodbye, and got home. And by the time I got home, it was dark. And so there was no footage of us putting the brood box in situ. But I'm happy to say that they have settled in really nicely. I know that the colony is growing, it's building. I've done some brood inspections since, and got had some practice on that to try and really get a feel for what I'm looking for, because those little cells are small, and then you've got to look at the larvae and hopefully some eggs right in the bottom of those, and it's not easy, and it takes practice, but I'm getting there. And so apart from a really hot day that we had this week, and they were what's known as bearding, which is creating like a swarming outside of the entrance board. They were getting built up there, and their wings were fanning as well, and they were pointing their little bums into the brood box, so they fan to create breeze, like wind flow, to cool down the hive. And I intuitively thought, oh, that's bearding. They're not swarming, because that can look like swarming as well. And so I had an entrance reducer on the front, which the entrance is quite long, and so the entrance reducer reduces the entrance to make it quite small. And I think the heat had built up, and they leave the colony, and they create like this beard shape underneath the landing board, in order to make space in the hive for air to circulate. And so that was what they were doing. I took the the reducer off, and within a couple of hours they were all back in the brood box. So happy with that result. But as all beekeepers say that have been doing it for a while, it's an unknown quantity. The bees are going to do what they like, and I will make mistakes. We all make mistakes. But so far, they're doing amazing. They are under a tree, and the thought process on this is in the east facing, so when the sun comes up they get that and they wake up, and that really encourages them to start the day early as, and so they get the sunrise, and then halfway into the afternoon they're under the trees, so it's then dappled sunlight, it's gum trees, so lots of light gets through the branches, and that just makes it nice and warm but not searingly, scorchingly hot, which would happen if it was just blazing sun without any shade. So yeah, so that was something else I learned, east facing, and then there's none of the like passing wind breezes, the southwesterlies that come through here, because they also don't like wind. So they don't get that either. So yeah, all in all, fingers crossed, touch wood, all is going well so far. And yeah, so thanks for watching this video, and I hope you enjoy it, and hit the like button, subscribe, the little bell to follow our adventures, and I will see you next time. Take care.